Textual Builder Supply is pleased to present you with this recording of the technical question that is listed in the title of this video.
This call may be monitored and recorded for quality assurance.
AB Supply, this is Richard.
Hi, Richard. How's it going?
Good, and yourself?
I actually am calling off your email where you sent a quote for a power supply out in Colorado.
Okay.
You probably have 1,000 of them out there, right? So let me see if I can get your quote number. This is the one for Valley Hope. The quote number is, I just want to be sure verbally that I'm on the right track here. So I'm looking at your quote now. Where's the quote number? There it is. 230475.
Okay. Yes, sir.
All right, you sent me one before that was like for an SPX power supply, and I believe this one is the one that's needed for an MP1. And so, again, what happened on this door, we're the access control company on this project, and the storefront company was supplying the door opener and all, and all of that stuff. And so in the Kawneer data sheet, it calls for an MP1 or an SPX, but I believe all that's being powered is the latch retraction that came in the Kawneer panic exit device.
Okay.
All right. So when all that needs to be powered is that latch retraction, then this MP1, in your point of view, is all that would be needed, correct?
Well, you would need the MP1 for the MEL, whether it be the rim or the concealed vertical rod touchpad style. Yes, that is all you would need. Other than
I believe it's an MEL
components.
And the MEL that's in there, the latch retraction, the MEL latch retraction that's in there has Lin electronics on it, but there was it didn't look like there was any manufacturer or anything written on it. So that's what was tough about deciding what its data was, to see our power supply that's supplying other doors would touch it, but it's definitely not going to touch it. So, and I believe that's what the failure was initially, is our crew tried to power it with our life safety, and it just doesn't have the right juice. So now,
it's not an amperage problem.
Yeah, definitely an amperage problem.
It's definitely not an amperage problem.
So it's not. It was 3.25 amps or 3.5 amps or something like that is what what your MP.
The MP1 produces 1.5. That's way more than you need for an MEL.
Okay. So what would make and I've seen these with QELs on Von Duprin too. What makes...
Don't mix the terminology. Are we dealing with ELs or MELs? If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now, let's get back to it.
This is a Kawneer product, so I'm assuming that it's an MEL that came with the actual panic bar. So are there Kawneer panics that can be EL or MEL?
Absolutely.
Oh, Lord. So if there's nothing written on the actual latch retraction, how do we know which one it is?
Well, you're an access control, so you know the difference when you look at a solenoid versus a motor.
Yeah, I'll have to call our crew because I haven't physically seen it myself. So are you saying that we need to definitely get our hands on that thing and make sure the difference between the solenoid and the motor? Because I'll need to call somebody then. Here's what happens,
you
though.
have to know what you're powering, and it's if you have an MEL, you must use the NP1. It's not an amperage requirement of amperage. It's a requirement of the two talking to each other. If you have a solenoid and you didn't power it with a power supply adequate to give the inrush necessary, which is very, very
Correct.
possible, And that's where that SPX, that $1 million power supply comes in, because the high end rush. So once you know if it's solenoid or motor, bingo, you know what power supply you need.
All right. Yeah, I know the behavior of it when they tried to hook it up is it would unlock, but then it would hold. It wouldn't let go. And that was the same thing we'd seen in the past with like QELs, which is quiet latch attraction from Von Duprin. So, all right. So that gives me some information. I'm going to have to call our tech team and have them put their hands on the motor and deal with this. So,
or solenoid. Take a picture of it and send it to you, send it to me, and then we'll know immediately what it is. And you could also just put it under load with your multimeter and know how many amps. If you're dealing in milliamps, it's not a solenoid.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the MEL is what's going on with it. So,
most likely,
and actually, there is a sticker on it, if I recall, that said 1.5 amps. That might be a sticker, that one that was on it.
Yeah. Is it a new device?
It was brand new, yes.
Oh,
I'm irritated over this whole thing in the first place because we weren't even supposed to be dealing with this, right? And then the power supply that the storefront company actually gave for it was the Ultronics one that's on your data sheet.
Not going to work.
Not going to work.
So here's the ticket. It has to be an MEL unless it's really old inventory, because they discontinued the solenoids probably sometime COVID era, plus or minus.
Yeah, this is a brand new installation that just happened like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. You still need to confirm, but if it's new stock, it's going to be a motor.
All right, cool. That's why I called you, my friend. So, that's the $1,000 MP1 then.
I think it's more than that, but yeah, it's
like $1,100.
Yeah, it's a marginal fortune. Yeah.
Okay. Marginal fortune. So, all right, Richard, I appreciate your help.
Thanks for calling.
Thanks much.
Bye-bye.
Yep.
Architectural Builders Supply hopes you have enjoyed this program. Please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.